In the past video, we discussed the impact of the pandemic on our lives, including education. If you haven't watched this video, I recommend you to go back and watch it. And today we'll speak about the consequences of transition of education to online, and we will answer the question, is it true that the sequence virus to transition online really had the following sequence? The disunity of people, social isolation, and the formation of anti-sociality, like Apple Vision Pro, comfortable and modern. Yes? However, people are becoming more and more isolated from the real world, locking themselves into the virtual one, which is why more and more people complain of depression against the background of loneliness. Lack of development of communication skills. Students may be unable to work effectively in a team due to the lack of face-to-face communication between classmates, students, and teachers in an online context. Excellent knowledge of theory is not a guarantee of applying this theory in practice, so the inability to transfer and apply your knowledge is just one of the side effects of neglecting the development of the communication skills. Next problem is snake oil salesman. In clever words, lack of accreditation and quality of assurance. In our age, anyone can teach, and unfortunately in the online space, it is often very difficult to distinguish a strong education platform with professional teachers and competent methodology from an as genuine as $3 bill course. Because of this, the quality of education has dropped significantly. I'll give you an example. One of my friends from Russia told me that she worked for a famous psychologist with a huge audience on Instagram, 500,000 followers. But in fact, this psychologist turned out to be a real abuser who insults her employees, used an emotional roller coaster, and doesn't pay salaries. And her teachings are more like a sect. But because of the small price, the course attracted a huge number of female followers who learned how to manipulate people under her supervision. And it's scary. We all see a gorgeous picture on Instagram, but we always need to turn our critical thinking and remember that the stage is not equal to the backstage. And in terms of the availability of a huge number of courses, you need to think 1,000 times before trusting any, even a well-known expert blogger or online school. Now, about 73% of Americans have desktop computers and 96% have mobile smartphones. As a result, it would be easy to argue that most people can benefit from online education. However, these figures don't give a complete picture. Despite the rapid development of technological capabilities, computer literacy is still far from ideal. The average number of computer illiterate people in the OECD is about 25%, which means that a quarter of population will experience significant difficulties using e-learning as a form of education. And we are talking about the OECD countries, which are considered developed countries with a high-income economies. The situation is often worse in other regions of the world, despite the fact that India is a key player in the world of e-learning. There is still a significant gap in the computer literacy of population. Online education will not be able to reach all citizens until there is such a gap in society. As a result, it is imperative that we consider online learning as an addition to traditional education, not as a substitute. But now, unfortunately, we see the opposite trend. So, if you look at this problem from this side, it becomes less obvious that the virus appeared first, and then it was decided to transfer the whole world to online education. Or maybe it was the other way around. So, what the online education is? A huge step towards progress, or a weapon aimed at disconnecting people and making them stupefied? Write your opinion in the comments and don't forget to follow us.